Yo, 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 welcome back to another Beaumont Weekly. In this episode, we're doing site rounds with Kane. We're breaking Matt's virginity on his first viewing. I'm gonna talk to you in depth about the new hires that we're bringing into the business. And we're doing a full survey on a new client's property. Enjoy the vlog, subscribe. And we're on a viewing and we're breaking Matt's virginity, aren't we?
It's about time.
It's about fucking time. Yeah, he's nearly 30 now. Sad man. We're at this viewing, we're about to jump in. We're in a nice town. It's Sunderland, actually. I'll tell you, it's Sunderland. It's a big city. Stunning property, great location. This is one of the higher value areas. Everything's Article 4 in Sunderland, so you need planning for everything pretty much. But there's a big HMO town, big uni town, big blue collar town, lots of working professionals, and there's huge regeneration going on around the city centre. So we know that it's a good play for the long term. And this kind of stock comes up all the time. And we could probably get 7 bed out of this, because you have to go for planning anyway, being Article 4. You know, there'll definitely be a 6 bed. It's got the loft converted already, but if we get 7 out of it, we're going to go through the issues of planning anyway. Might as well go for a 7 bed. So we'll have a look at this one, show Matt around, show how we think. So he's learning more about the process.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. The whole point here of getting Matt to see everything, because he's on the sales side now, is so that he learns more about the business, so that when he's then prospecting and selling the business to potential leads, he knows what he's talking about. Bedroom numero uno. So what are you doing here, Matt? Yeah, is you put an ensuite there, take that breast out, put a bed there. It's HMO. Easy. It's actually quite a tight property, so it's not as long as the ones that we usually look at this size, but you can easily get a room out of this. It's just not as big. But yeah, they're all new windows, which is fucking sweet. This is auction as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Up for 100.
Starting
Starting at 100. When's the auction end?
yes, 6 days, 20 hours. So 27th
Oh,
August at 12 noon.
What's that? We need to get out in the yard and have a look. Fucking hell, that's tight, isn't it? Oh, Kane ain't getting in here. He's getting stuck right there. Bit of a clear out. The scope for a single story slap there, which will then give us a nice big kitchen diner. Dogleg them, so usually we'll dogleg them out here.
Yeah.
So they come out about 600 mil, which is the width of your kitchen. So then you embed in that kitchen and getting nice usable space out of it. If it's a 6 bed, it won't be a problem. If we go for 7, it will need extra square footage, because you need to get the right square footage in your communals. It's like a ratio per room or per tenant, which, because for some rooms you could have 2 tenants, but there has to be a ratio between the communal allowance per square metre and how many tenants occupy the building. So that would be probably too small for a 7 bed, but for a 6 bed it'd be all right. Yeah. So it's a full strip out, but we don't need to go back to brick, because these walls are in good nick.
Use that space, knock through that bit.
Yeah, we could just knock all of this out, so this becomes a big open bedroom, rather than having its ensuite in there. And then pull this lobby back, and probably stick the step here instead, so we have that meter lobby, and then turn the door in, potentially, because it's quite a small bedroom ensuite. Whereas that could be a big bedroom and have that off suite over here somewhere. Stairs up. They're usually now not compliant, which can be a bit of a fucking problem, because of the door turning onto the fire escape. So they don't like that. So now you need to turn these around and put the lobby upstairs, and then you lose a meter in the top. So we've got a decent room here, straightforward, breast out, ensuite in the corner. All right size, isn't they? Actually, they're quite decent, to be fair. So you get 1, 2, 3 on this floor, 2 downstairs, 5. Can we get 2 in the loft? 2.7 floor to ceiling height, which is probably the original ceiling height. And that will mean that there's not going to be that much wiggle room in the top. When we put them in ourselves, the lofts, we drop them down by about 300-400 mil. So this is where the floor is now. When we drop them in, they're usually about here, which gives you that much more head height in the eave space there. So then you can get more usable square footage in the loft. But we're gonna struggle up here. So you can see how tight this is. So you're getting 1 bedroom up here, but it does already have a bathroom. Obviously, pull it out and put a nicer one in, and I drop that further in that way, pull this stud out, probably have to reinstate the floor in the eave space, but then nudge that bath right the way in, give them a handheld shower head. That's the cheap way of doing it. And then this just becomes a bedroom. Oh, all these head height things, they need a dwarf up here. But that's the annoying thing, because the floor plate of this property could potentially take 2 beds in the loft, but because the ceilings are so high down there, it means that you're restricted with the build up of your floor and then the build up of the ceiling. This is going to be insulated as well. So there'll be 100mm king span between here and the rafters, which means that we're losing space from both ends. Whereas if we could drop that down 300mm and then we get a much wider spread, get a big dormer on the back instead of this tiny little dormer, so then it's panning nearly the full width of the property. Then we can stick a full bedroom ensuite in that side, bedroom this side, that then shares an ensuite downstairs, and then we get 7. The way the property is at the moment, it's a 6-bed, and the cost and the malinvestment of taking this floor out and then dropping one in isn't worth it, unless it sells for a lower price than what we're thinking. Up for 100 grand guide, probably going to sell for 120, 130 given the area, even though it's not in great nick, but 120, 130, if you bought it for 100, that 20, 30 grand that will pay for the refurbishment of the loft if we were to drop it out. But I think this is a 6-bed. What have you learnt, Matt? Anything new?
Lots of moving parts.
Yeah.
Not much head height.
No. Do you want to buy this one?
Myself personally.
Yeah.
Through Bowman and Partners.
If you're an investor, you know where to go. Check the link out in the description. See you somewhere next. Subscribe.
The construction phenomenon is back, aka me. Up to Newcastle and its surrounding areas, checking on progress, make sure we're on programme, all exciting stuff. Special feature today, we're going to go see the next commercial in our pipeline, St Paul's. There's a solid wall, that, isn't it?
It is.
So
Well, having said that's 3-storey, there could still be an inch cavity in there.
Aye, but
Where's
it's,
the reveal?
nah,
Have a look at the
but it's not enough for the thermal upgrades, all, you know what I mean? So what we're doing, got to work out cavity build up, got to work out floor build up on the ground floor, see if there's any insulation in. Highly doubtful.
No.
Nah, look who's going no. Go on, tell him, Jeff.
Fucking do it.
So then we've got to look at the jack sizes or truss sizes, whatever the fuck you call it. We call them jacks, don't we, Jeff? We need to work out size of them, see what depth we can get in that, see what insulation's in the roof, see what the floor build-ups are like on the ground floor, see what the cavity build-up's like, and the incoming service positions. So we need to work out where they are, get them into a communal area so we can get a service riser, which services the full building. Eh? Fuck am I tripping dick? Is this a part of it, this?
That's it, right? We're using it as a storeroom.
Ah, so they've got a little courtway through the back here.
Where?
This is
Well,
that.
That's existing.
Yeah, so they're
This
gonna.
is-
Oh, so they're bringing this. Oh, fucking hell, that's shit. That.
This is existing.
So they're gonna bring this section.
Welcome to Mini-Me. My little brother. He's got the drone, the giraffe. We're doing surveys. Mate, get the drone up and this wind's a bit baiting it.
Be fine.
As long as he says it's fine, I trust him. We're here doing a survey with a client. This is the property we're surveying, I believe. We actually already have the 2 down. So we've already got that one. And then we're doing this one. Big old properties. They've already got the thermal boarding on the outside. Sean's gonna get a roof survey with the drone just to check on the condition. I'm gonna get the digital survey inside to get all of the plans and then the visual throughout for a 360 survey. So we're doing the construction costs over the next few days because this property completes soon. Then we're ready to go boots on the ground. Yeah, we've literally got that one 2 doors down there. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, good sir.
Hello, come on in.
Thank you, mate. We come to do digital survey, that's all right, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. I've
Got it for an hour, haven't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Help yourselves.
Sweet. Thank you, sir. Let's get this bad boy ready outside and then we'll do a little wander. First of all, we get our external shots. Steve's back in the country. He's decided still to take this week off because he's got to move furniture around, get the kids into school and shit. Fuck off, Steve. And then he'll be back in next week. And then we'll be back on the hunt properly for new properties because we've got client demand to service. So we turn the giraffe on, we then press scan, and it does it. It's that easy, honestly, it's fucking easy. So we get the first one outside, just to give us full context of the external condition. As you can see, all new windows and everything else needed. So we get that, and we do it on the highest tripod setting when you're outside. We'll also get one in the rear yard, and then everything else inside, we set it down one leg, and then just take it into every hallway, every room throughout the property. Once that's done, we've got our full survey, and within usually 24 hours, we've had some, for some reasons, that have taken longer before, we then get that back on our draft dashboard, ready to work with. And that's that first bit done. Press done on there, and then we'll drop it down a leg, and then take her inside, baby. Boom. Let's have a little look around. So, yeah, just big properties, man, big properties. I want to say this was bought for about 75 grand, 75, 80 grand, something like that. It's huge, 3 stories, massive. Let's have a little wander. So, yeah, easy bedroom here. Someone's already living in it as a bedroom. And then we've got quite a lot of rear yard space there because this kitchen is not big enough. Might need to do an extension, but it depends how many bedrooms we've got upstairs because we might be able to use that rear room and this as the combined communal kitchen diner. Upstairs, bathroom. So this could be an off suite. You can see in the yard there, we've got these little sheds. They're basically just sheds with a single brick skin. So we'll probably knock them down, especially if we do the extension. If we don't, good bike storage, bin storage. So there's an off suite bathroom there. We've got 2 more big rooms here. Someone's living in it. So another bedroom here. Magusive. So this could stay as 1 big bedroom, or we could carve it in 2, bedroom, off suite. That negates us then needing to get 2 bedrooms on the ground floor, which saves money on the extension, but you don't get the best offering. We're trying to do the best offerings. A single glazed. Then up here we've got some spare landing space. We've got a nice big room here, fatty dormer on it. Man, this town is full of huge properties, so cheap. The town's just been shithole for a long time, but no, massive room here, back-to-back bathrooms. So interesting thing about this town, Stockton was deprived for so long, like much of the northeast, and it got rinsed with social housing. So there's lots of huge properties, because historically there's lots of money here, lots of industry, it's a big port area, steelworks, coal mining, all kinds of shit. Now it's a huge engineering place, but they lost loads and loads of workers, and lots of workers migrating down south and back up, because that's where the work was. So loads of these communities got deprived, and they went to social housing, because there wasn't the investment in the infrastructure in the area. But now, that's all flipping, because of the levelling up agenda, thank you Boris, and all the money that's come into the northeast. Now it's a Freeport zone in the Teesside region, means that lots of money's coming back in, there's lots of jobs. And we went to one of the council meetings through the Chamber of Commerce, and there were some big employers there like Fuji Films who were saying, well look, we've got another 300 odd staff, and another big company said we've got another 400 odd staff, and collectively there's another 2,000 staff just in that room. And they're like, where are we going to house them? Where are we going to put these people? So we know there's huge demand to bring in professional tenants and professional lets, so that's why it's good now. Come in and pick up the cheap stock, hedging on a 5-10 year bet that these areas will massively improve. And right now, they've already got the demand for the professional tenants, but the capital values aren't quite here yet, so that's where it's a longer play, but the cash flow is good. We'll have a little wander around, continue our survey. Here he is. This is Peter. Hello, good sir. Nice to see you, mate.
Sorry for the delay.
No, don't worry, mate. This is your property.
Yeah.
Peter's property. And I've not seen this one before, so do you want to give me a bit of context? Going 6-bed extension to the rear.
Yeah. It's a massive property. It's a 6-bed. I think we could turn it into 7, potentially 8.
Yeah.
Good if you guys have a next door.
Yeah.
8 bed, up to 8.
Yeah.
Bought it on auction. Super cheap, super lucky. There's a breed selling of huge amounts of inventory.
Yeah.
These houses used to be like poorly managed.
Yeah. Social housing.
Social housing.
Yeah.
I think there's opportunity to improve the whole street, right? Like there's so many going
Yeah.
through auction, right?
There's the scope here. You can get a 7-bed out of this easy with just a single story extension.
Yeah.
8, for us to get 8, we've had to do an addition onto the 2nd story,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
which is like quite expensive to do that.
I see.
For what you get.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. 7 beds probably better, but we could do that by just doing a full single story extension
Right.
and get the other bed out the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the floor plans. It's
Okay, you've seen.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you think it makes sense, like from risk, like a price to value perspective?
It makes sense if, let's say, we treat it like a 6-bed, get planning for a full extension, and we know space-wise we can get another bed in there one day, and then just give them an oversized kitchen diner. And then one day we can come back in, just carve off that kitchen diner, stick another bed back there. Yeah, there's an option.
Exactly.
Bet you love my lilac jacket. Oh, back here again. Fucking look good, don't I? Oh, better than average at least. Yeah, back here, see how the lads got on. Pushing on well this site, standard shit. Not every day is as exciting as the last. I'm a great philosopher. Okay, Angus. Boys! Fucking you still here? Beautiful. Yeah, standard shit. Fucking Tetafix joinery's going on. The lads have been left off site. That should have been plastered, which it fucking isn't. And this is why we check. So I'll have a word with my charge hand on this, see why it's not moving as fast. But I know we've reallocated labour, but I wanted this done by this time last week. As you can see, it's still a severe shithole. When it fucking dobs a scruffy little The kite I was talking about, so they used to run up that way, but what we've done, we've twisted them so we can get the bedroom wall here, thus maximising space. And for those regular viewers, steels and floor in 2 days. So as you can see, Adam's started to make this kite now. Wall plate on that side. Ran off the trimmers here, so that gives it its structural components and rigidity. Then we'll twist them that way. So you'll start twisting and winding. Then they'll shoot up there, catch that. We'll double trimmer that section. We'll see where we are on head height here, whether we make use of this bit over here. What we'll also do on this section as well, we will just drop a bit of timber across there, create a new ceiling void. As you can see, I mean, this room was meant to be like 15 square metres up here. We've actually got 25. So as you can imagine, the client was ecstatic. Piece them in over the weekend. All this is going to get fucked off tomorrow. All the shite will go. Floors pieced back in. Stairs up. Finitoed. Dry liner Tuesday. Boshing it. What I'll explain what we've done different on there. So as you can see in this section, what we'd normally do, we'd take a metre chase out, put a bed of padstone in, then we'd padstone a little pocket in there and then put a padstone in that. Offer that end up, bump it up and slide it in to get the swing. We've inadvertently done it this way because I didn't sight measure, check what was on the fucking drawing. So although I've made it sound like it was an ingenious stroke of mastery on my behalf, it wasn't, it was a fuck up. But we've overcame it. Quick phone call with the structural engineer and he's put that cleat on. We'll probably do this when we're just dropping floors in now. I know people will be starting to say in the fucking comments, shear. Yes, but that's why there's 7 M16 fucking bolts in there and they hold a significant amount of weight. So there's not a problem on this side, but if we were to, historically, what we'd do, if you come round here, my sonny, and you just peer over that section there for the viewers at home. Now, go a bit bigger. Go on, sonny, get up there. Go on. So if you look at that ridge now, viewers, where there's a little beam of light coming through, historically, what we'd be doing there is we'd be putting a steel across the ridge, building a ladder wall. Where these steels are, they would build a ladder wall up there, we'd run 8x2s beside of that, and that would transfer the weight then of the ridge onto these steels as well. So I wouldn't do these cleats or cleat details if we were doing that because the load of the roof is too much imposing on the shearing capacity. Because I'm just dropping the flooring, I'm not too bothered. As you can see, we've still got the existing span wall taken off the span. I know fucking people will be saying you're doing it fucking wrong. Well, we're not, because you're not a structural engineer, neither am fucking I. And they've told me that's all right, so swivel.
And we are back in the office. We've just had weekly meetings. We didn't film any today because we forgot. But I'm going to take you to our bespoke balcony, which is basically a scaffolding rig. We plan to actually put a real nice balcony in here once Clive's back, but Clive's gone on holiday, so fuck you, Clive, but he has deserved his holiday, so fair play. But then when he comes back, we'll bang in a nice new floor, and this will be a quirky little place with a balcony, and eventually we want to get some containers in the yard and have a little walkway onto the top of the containers with a little office on top, so that's the plan. See if we get around to doing it anytime soon. We have got more priorities within the office to do first. But just to summarise our meetings today, Lettings meeting went really well, all kinds of different stuff that we're talking about within the business and how we've introduced this new management software now, Alto, which is much better than the 1090 software we were using before. And we now have identified that we do need a new hire, which we spoke about in the last week's meeting. So today we built out the job role, I've put it on Indeed.com, and it is out in the ether to see who comes back in. It's an administration role, but really what we want is someone who can manage the maintenance, the council tax and the utilities. These tasks that just take so much time away from more fee earning activities like letting the property or bringing in new clients, etc. So we're now looking for someone to come in and just do the utilities, the council tax, and then managing the maintenance division. So managing Clive and Shane's time. Shane's accepted the job offer as well. So we'll now be getting another maintenance guy working for us full time. And then we want this person to manage their diaries, allocate all the tasks to them, report back to the tenants, deal with the tenants on any maintenance issues. And then we have direct comms to make sure that it's not distracting our lettings and management management guys from their core tasks. So as the business is building, these more permanent roles are starting to appear around the business, where we know we need a dedicated person on those administrative tasks now. It's not something that Vicky can do in her spare time, Rosie or Graham can do in their spare time. Robbie's been taking on some of that burden, and Mum's been taking on some of that burden, but we need Mum in there doing more on the buildings insurance and the development side of the business. So we really need this core person coming in, managing the properties and looking after them for the prolonged duration, because utilities is a bit of an ongoing battle, council tax be a bit of an ongoing battle, and then maintenance is obviously just an ongoing battle. Now having that person come in should be a bit of a game changer for us. So that's lettings. We'll see who comes in the next few vlogs. You might see them. You might meet our new administrative hire. And then there's the construction business, where we've been out looking for a quantity surveyor to come in as well, which then moves Kane's position to more contracts management as a temporary position whilst we get the quantity surveyor genned up. And as more and more sites get fluffed out, Kane will then move up, and then we'll bring in a contracts manager as well. So we're out in the market for a quantity surveyor. We posted that job about a week ago, and we've got 5 good applicants that have come through, others who don't quite have the relevant experience. We've shortlisted it to 2 who have 8 years and 7 years experience, and they should be adequate for the role, and they're local. One's a girl, one's a boy. So we'll see how that fares, but bringing that quantity surveyor should consolidate a lot of the construction business as well. Get us that clarity on our tendering exercises, on our contracts, on our pricing, cost of completes, weekly drawdowns, invoicing, and things like that. That should make life a lot easier. And then at the end of today, we are interviewing an accountant, a full-time accountant that we're trying to bring into the business to manage as a group accountant and work throughout all the different businesses. We can dilute their overhead across the group of businesses and our SPVs for the end of year filings, which then reduces the inherent cost of the in-house accountant for construction, which is where we really need that accounts person working. Also the lettings business, but it's less transactional, a bit more predictable. So we'll be interviewing them at the end of today as well, and I'll let you know how that goes. So busy, moving in the right direction with scale means we have to bring in more staff as more job roles start to emerge. But it's exciting times, but obviously bringing in overheads means we just make sure sales are consistent and we're moving forward in the right direction. So we're back in the office for the last segment of this video, and I thought I'd show you this room because I don't think I've described it before, but this will eventually be our conference room. Right now it's the shit room that we've just stored stuff into. But you can see we've ran all our M&E under the floor, got those electrics, HDMIs will pull up onto a nice big desk, onto the wall, projected onto a smart TV. It's gonna get a full redeco in here as well. We've already put a new double glazed window in, but this will be our nice, smart, quiet conference room with a glass door to match our glass partitions that eventually will go into this office. But we've had maintenance on holiday the last 2 weeks. They'll be back next week, and we've got a new maintenance guy joining as well. So that should hopefully give us the bandwidth to be able to finish this stuff off. But anyway, that's this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave us a comment. Let me know what you do and subscribe.